what we're talking about today, everyone, is our Advanced CRM extension. So with Advanced CRM specifically, we're going to be focused on a few different things. So number one is we are going to focus on the gaps currently in Business Central out of the box. How is Advanced CRM going to solve these gaps? We'll dive right into that bullet point list of the solutions. We'll go right into a live demo after that, where we'll focus on our lead, opportunity, and customer cards, activity and task tracking, sales rep and manager dashboards. We'll finish it off with marketing campaigns, and then enhanced sales quotes and estimates, all natively built into Business Central. We'll finish it off with the next steps and resources, and then we'll go into that Q&A. So let's get it started. Let's focus on the gaps currently in Business Central out of the box. So number one, in relationship management in Business Central, there's more that needs to be done to enhance it. Right now, there's only one contact card in Out of the Box BC. There's no easy way to track tasks, calls, emails, meetings, or notes. All of those important things that your reps should be documenting. There's no way for reps and managers to gain insights on their pipeline or to forecast revenue. All of the things that are going to drive the business forward. D365 sales, that step up from relationship management. It might have too many bells and whistles for a lot of companies. It's a very robust tool, but you may not have a sales team that needs all of those different insights, all of those different ways to track. And the time, the monetary investment may be a little bit too much as well. So what are the solutions? How is Advanced CRM going to help you as a partner for your clients or going to help you directly as a BC user? Number one, we took that singular contact card in BC out of the box and we created a pipeline. You will now have a lead, opportunity, and customer contact card. You're going to have enhanced task tracking and activity logging directly in that card as well. You're going to get rep and manager dashboards. So reps can track their pipeline, revenue, win-loss reasons and activities, and managers can see all of their reps in one place and how they're performing. You can also do marketing campaigns natively in Business Central that are easy to use and quick to set up. And you can create estimates that allow for unique item creation and don't require you to have an item to actually create a new item directly within the card. So I'm sure everyone on this call is familiar with how we roll. We are going to hop right into the live demo, and we're going to show you Advanced CRM in action. So let's go ahead and let's dive right in to our Business Central Advanced CRM solution. All right, Ben, I'm going to tap your shoulder one more time here. Can you see my screen?
Yep, you're all good to go.
All right, let's do this. So everyone on the call, this is going to look very familiar to you because this looks exactly like Business Central, because it is. All 28 of our extensions are built natively into BC, and they are meant to function on one singular screen. Now, the second piece of this is that the Advanced CRM extension, we actually use internally at ERP Connect Consulting as well. So everything you see here is what we use every single day. All these best practices we talk about with Advanced CRM are best practices that we use ourselves. So this is the Advanced CRM Role Center. If you have a sales rep or a sales manager, this is going to be what they see every single time that they log into Business Central. So the first thing that we want to point out here is we have broken out the singular contact card into a lead card, an opportunity card, and a customer card. We've created a pipeline so sales reps can track their leads and opportunities all the way through the sales cycle to when they become customers. So if we go into this opportunity panel here, what we're going to see is just a simple look at all the current opportunities tied to this specific sales rep. We click in, and you are going to see an enhanced contact card. So the first thing we want to point out here is there are a lot more fields that you can track in Advanced CRM than out of the box BC. So you can track salesperson tied to the specific opportunity, who the primary contact is, what their interest level is. So you can configure different interest levels based off if they're ready to close in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, really whatever you want to do here. You have the estimated opportunity value, so you can start forecasting revenue into the future, as well as your close date, a description of the opportunity if there are multiple opportunities here, and a category code. So if you have a rep, for example, that's in the end user vertical versus a rep that's in the retail vertical or the wholesale vertical, you can also configure your own categories to tie to specific reps as well. So all of these documentation fields are going to eventually lead into the dashboards that we show you for the rep and manager. But we just want to give you an idea of everything you can do here. So not only do you have these fields for categorizing, but you can also use rich text HTML to put any notes you want to into this specific opportunity. You can create a profile and checklist if you want more ways to document different things about this opportunity or this company or client. You can create a checklist. So if you are in an environment where you have to check a lot of boxes or you have to send NDAs or certain forms, you can put that in here and make them required. Or if you're a partner with clients that have a lot of requirements, you can put those in here as well. And you can attach documents. So if you have a signed contract from this opportunity or a signed NDA, you can have all of your documents in one place for easy access. So what's the point of having all of these different fields on the contact card? We all know that you don't want to lose anything in the abyss. So we've created a simple way for reps to go in, put in the necessary information, and if this rep needs to pass it off to someone else, if they get a call from their opportunity and they need to immediately see what they've done, they have immediate access. Or if the rep leaves, it's very easy to put another rep on this opportunity and they have full access so nothing gets lost through the cracks. Now, the second piece of the contact card is the enhanced activity tracking and task tracking as well. So you can see on the top of this contact card, you can do a lot of different things. You can make a phone call directly from the contact card. So if you're using the BC mobile app, you can actually do this as well and take notes right on your phone. You can send emails directly from the contact card. So if you're tied with Outlook, that will send directly from BC through Outlook, and that will go directly to the person tied to this card. You can log emails, log meetings, log notes. All of that will show up in your contact activity timeline. So your rep can see every single thing they did with this opportunity. They also get statistics on how many emails they've sent, how many people they've added, pending tasks, completed tasks. And if they want to schedule a new task, they can easily go in, task name, company it's tied to, task category. If you want to set different categories for these tasks, phone, email, all the pretty much out of the box tasks that you can add here, as well as the time that it's due. Now your rep can easily go in back to their role center and they can actually see all of their current open tasks as well as the date that these tasks need to be completed by. So myself as the rep for ERP Connect Consulting, the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I look at my pipeline and then I look at my tasks and I get these knocked out based off their priority. So what we've talked about so far, everyone, is we've created these enhanced contact cards, a very simple pipeline for reps to go through, document information, as well as convert to the next stage of the process. Before I hop into the next piece here, Ben, just going to do a quick check here with you. Any questions come in so far?
No questions in the chat box right now, but anybody who's currently in the lobby and attending here, if you have any questions throughout the presentation, feel free to just throw them in the chat, and then Matt and I can answer them as Grant continues to go through the demo.
All right, beautiful. So here's the next piece of the puzzle, everyone. We've given reps a way to track a bunch of meaningful data. We've given them contact cards where they can put in all their activities, their tasks, their estimated contract value, their close date. How do we turn all of this data and all these activities into insights? So there are no dashboards in Business Central out of the box when it comes to relationship management. What we've done is we've created two separate ways that reps can get the most out of the data they put in, and managers can get the most out of their reps. So this is the rep dashboard. This is going to show your rep how much revenue they brought in today, this week, this month, where they're at compared to their quota that's set by the manager or set by themselves, and where they're at this year. Below that, we actually give the rep a comprehensive look at their pipeline of opportunities. Now, like I said, every single morning, I go through my pipeline myself as a rep for ERP Connect. So what I'm doing here is I'm sorting my opportunities based off the estimated close date. Once I can see that I have a few opportunities set to close this week, I can easily go into the contact card and see where I'm at. Or I can just go right across here, see when my last interaction was with this specific opportunity, and when my next task date is. So if I haven't interacted with this client in a couple of months and they're set to close this week, why don't I have a task here? Or if I'm set to close this client this week, what should my next task be? Let me go ahead and click right in there. What this is doing is creating a system of accountability. This is incredibly easy compared to BC out of the box, or it's incredibly simple versus D365 sales, where you have a lot of bells and whistles. We're just taking the bare bones of what a rep needs to be successful, putting it into a simple pipeline. We're giving them a way to forecast their revenue for their pipeline so they can see where their biggest opportunities are. We're showing them their sales by specific item category. So if in the month of June, office chairs were the biggest seller, why was that? We're giving them a bunch of different insights so your rep can hold themselves accountable, and you as the sales manager can hold your reps accountable because you can see these dashboards as well. Now, the last thing we want to point out here is because Advanced CRM is built natively into Business Central, we're going to be able to pull in a lot more information too, like posted sales invoices. We actually have an enhanced sales quote as well. We'll show you lost reasons. Your rep can actually put if they lost a quote, and you can see their conversion rate as well, along with top customer sales. So a rep knows who they should be focusing on if they want to get upsells, as well as just a simple idea of what the pipeline looks like. Now, all of this feeds up into the sales manager dashboard. And the manager dashboard is pretty simple. It just gives the manager a simple understanding of current salespeople that they manage, what their month-to-date sales are versus their pipeline versus their quota, year-to-date, number of open tasks, past due tasks, completed tasks, and most importantly, an understanding of the current pipeline across the sales organization, current opportunities by category, as well as opportunities by salesperson. So I want to know what's really differentiating Matt from Ben here. No offense, Ben. I put Matt as our top producing rep, but I want to see why Matt has so much opportunity. I want to see what he's capitalizing on, and I want to know how I can get Ben to the level of where Matt's at. And using these insights with the dashboards is how I'm going to do it. All right, quick pause. So we've talked about the enhanced contact cards activity tracking, we've talked about scheduling tasks, and we've talked about how it all feeds into the dashboards in Advanced CRM. Ben or Matt, any questions coming from the group?
Looks like somebody was typing, but no questions at the current point in time. I did drop my own in there, so people can see where to drop those. Actually, Carol just did drop one in. So can we add other attributes? Carol, I'm guessing you mean to the lead, the opportunity, as well as the customer card, Grant, if you want to go back in there. She said to the lead. So in addition to some of the categories that we have right now, Grant, don't know if you want to talk about those. I know we have like the interest levels, we have the category codes. In terms of other attributes, I would typically store those, Grant, if you can scroll down into the profile questionnaire, typically, or the checklist. That lead profile and questionnaire, we're actually pulling from the out-of-box questionnaire. So if you're already using some of that with relationship management, I think the overarching theme here and the why behind Advanced CRM is we're just trying to make it much more compact and easy to use. It's all in the one-stop shop, and you can kind of see all the information that you need, rather than, I know I've had other clients who have tried to use relationship management that just found it to be really clunky. So for additional attributes, Grant, I don't know if you agree, but I would go with the lead profile. Otherwise, we can always do some small customizations if you or one of your clients needs them as well.
100% on that, Ben. And for everyone else on the call too, we're going to go into a little bit more marketing automation next. But like Ben said, there is a lot of configurability here as well, specifically for the interest level. If you actually go in to this interest level piece here, you can actually set up automations where you either set a task for yourself automatically if no interaction has been had with this specific opportunity after a certain amount of days, or you can actually auto send an email if you haven't had any interaction documented with an opportunity or client in a while. So just once again, easy ways to hold yourself accountable as a rep, easy ways to keep engaged with opportunities and customers, easy ways to ensure you can get more revenue driven to your organization.
Hey, Grant, two more questions, actually. One is about a campaign source, and I know you're in this more on a day-to-day basis than I am. I don't know of any campaign source field, but I do like the idea. So let me know what you would use for that. And if not, I can throw something on our recommendation list, because I do like that. Let's tackle that one first, then I'll go to the second question. Campaign source.
Roger that. So this is actually going to lead into our marketing campaigns that we're going to talk about in a second. But in terms of how I use campaign source internally at ERP Connect, is I actually run everything off of the category code. So at ERP Connect, we have BC users and we have partners that we work with. So I'll actually have a bunch of different categories and ways that I break out partners and BC users. And what's really cool is when you're building marketing campaigns, you can actually filter based off the category code, as well as some of our other fields here. So if I want to send a marketing campaign, or if I want to set a phone call campaign for myself to call all of our partners, specifically focused on people interested in Advanced CRM, I can actually filter my campaign based off the category code. And that's kind of how I create the different segments of the audience that we send to.
Awesome. And then I think also, like, potentially if it came from LinkedIn versus Shopify versus like a referral, I'm not sure if we had, I guess you could do the same thing in the category, just since it's free form, you could use it however you want. But Carol, if you did want to use both of those, right, if you wanted a category and potentially a campaign source, she mentioned trade shows as well, right? Like Directions coming up or Summit. We could absolutely look at adding another custom drop down in there. The other question is from Dane. It says, can you show one company prospect with multiple opportunities? I know our verbiage is the opportunity is kind of like the customer or the person at the customer or client that we're working with. Typically, we're going to handle that with estimates and our quotes. So Grant, I think that's probably the next piece that you're going to go into, and then each estimate can act as kind of its own opportunity or quote, be tied to different customers, leads, opportunities, contacts, all that kind of stuff, all within the same company. And then you'll see those in that dashboard that Grant had showed in order to track your pipe. So you might have 3 open estimates or opportunities, right? Quotes from an opportunity or lead, let's say, or even an existing customer that's upselling, right? So Grant, if you want to go into that, I know we've got the different pending estimates on the homepage, we've got the dashboard, and then you'll probably also show how to actually do an estimate, I'm assuming.
Yeah, 100%. And just to add another layer on that for everyone on the call, how the pipeline works here, so leads, opportunities, and customers, and how it actually feeds into the dashboard pipeline is the lead contact card doesn't actually feed into the pipeline. In order for us to consider something as an opportunity, it needs to at least go from lead to the opportunity contact card. Now, the opportunity contact card, that is going to show directly in the pipeline as an opportunity. But like Dane was getting at, customers can actually have opportunities too. They could have an opportunity to upsell, or they could have multiple opportunities that we use estimates to track more of. So if you have a customer where you have an opportunity to upsell, you can actually also create an opportunity through the customer card. So you can have customer upsells, and you can have opportunities that aren't yet customers showing up in the pipeline. Ben, anything else before I tie that into our estimates and our enhanced sales quotes?
Nope, you're perfect. I'm just answering a more technical question in the chat, so keep on going.
All right, cool. So let's dive into the next piece here. We've talked about the contact cards, activity tracking, scheduling tasks. We've done a deep dive into the dashboards. Let's talk about estimates and the enhanced sales quotes. So I know a lot of people on this call are probably familiar with the quoting process in out-of-the-box BC. What we've done is we've created a version of the sales quote called an estimate. So what's beautiful about the estimates is 2 different things. Number one, when you're creating an estimate, you don't need to have someone who is a customer in order to create an estimate. You can have a lead, you can have an opportunity, you can have a customer, and you can create an estimate based off any of those. In out-of-the-box BC, you typically need to have someone as a customer to send a sales quote, whereas in advanced CRM, you can do it across any of lead opportunity customers. The second interesting piece about the estimate is when you're actually adding items, you don't need to have the item in BC to add it to the estimate. So if you're a company or if you're a partner that has companies where they're creating more customized packages, or they're piecing things together, or they don't necessarily have items currently in Business Central that they're quoting out to interested opportunities or customers, you can actually go in here on the item lines and you can create your own item. You can price that item, you can create whatever quantity, unit of measure, and if this estimate converts to a sales order and that order is posted, that item will be added to Business Central as well. So there's a lot more ease of use with estimates. Now, the other piece that we've added is we've added this field to sales quotes. You can actually put whether or not you won or you lost a quote. Now, like we said, if a rep is consistently losing quotes, or if a rep is putting in data, we want to be able to take action on that data. So you can actually put in different loss reasons. This is completely configurable. So if you lost a quote due to budget, competitor, features, quality, timing, your rep can now track that. And the sales manager can see by rep what the loss reasons are, why they're losing deals, as well as their conversion rate. So we added this brand new piece called the estimate, and we've also enhanced the sales quote as well. So Ben, before I land the plane here by talking about marketing campaigns, Anything coming from the estimates and the quotes from the group?
Nothing currently, but I will let you know if anything pops up.
Cool. And just on a personal note for everyone on the call, just so we can get an idea of how everyone's doing, if you can go ahead to the reaction button in Microsoft Teams, send us over a thumbs up or a heart if you found something that's beneficial or could be beneficial to you. All right, let's see what we got here. Ben, I can't see the screen. Or is any thumbs up or hearts popping up here?
Yeah, there's a bunch. I can't tell who they're coming from, but it looks like everyone's engaged and having fun, so that's good.
All right, that's what we're all about here. So let's finish this one off. How can you do marketing campaigns using Advanced CRM and Business Central? So within Advanced CRM, we do have a marketing campaigns piece, and you can split this out two different ways. Number one, you can do an email blast, and number two, you can do a phone campaign. So what the phone campaign means is you can go in, you can choose a specific segment of your audience, whether it's leads and opportunities, customers, or both, and you can actually set up phone call tasks on your task list that you can knock out over a set date range and time range, and you can track that out. So when it comes to accountability, or if you're a sales manager and you want your rep to call every single customer in the retail division because you have a certain promotion, you can easily set up a phone call campaign. Now, if you want to do an email campaign externally to leads, opportunities, and customers, that's where the email blast would come into play. So we just have a simple general tab here. You can choose the name of your email blast, the current date, campaign type, status, in progress versus not started versus completed. You can use a test email address. So that would have the email sent to yourself. So I have myself in this case, as well as a CC. So I would have Matt on this too, because he's my partner in crime on Advanced CRM. Now, here's the first big piece is the schedule. Now, for those of you that use MailChimp or use a different service like HubSpot, you're probably pretty familiar with this. You can put your start and end date, start time and end time. You can actually put how many contacts per day you want in here as well. You can include leads, opportunities, customers, assign it to the salesperson tied to these contact cards, and we'll actually give you statistics of how many campaign contacts are going out per day, what's currently scheduled. You can go in, like I said, and you can actually add leads and ops as well as customers, and you can filter them based off things like territory code, category code, type, by specific salesperson. Once those are all added, you'll see them show up in the scheduled contacts. And once you actually start the campaign itself, as it consistently sends out the emails, it'll move the contacts over to the completed section. Final piece, of course, the content of the email itself. Subject, you can have the body. This is a rich text HTML field. So you can actually put in your signature, you can put in links, you can put in images, whatever you want to. So if you're doing a promotion for chairs, you can actually put that promotional content in there and a link to the promotional document or to the website. Email sender, and you can attach documents as well. So if you just have a promotional one-pager, you can easily put that in too. Once everything's scheduled, you'll be able to get a simple day view, week view, work view, month view that will show you when all of these contacts are scheduled to be emailed. So what's really beautiful about the marketing campaign is it's very rep friendly. If you have a company or if you are a company where your reps take on the majority of reach out as well as converting opportunities into customers and closing, your rep can actually go in and easily do marketing campaigns to their client base. You can also have a marketing person come in and do these as well too, or a marketing leader. Now, the one thing we will say about this marketing campaign tool is it's not as robust as a MailChimp or a marketing dedicated tool. We're not going to show you open rates. We're not going to show you click-through rates. All of those analytics won't be necessary. Like Ben said, we want this to be out of the box, easy to configure. We want it to serve what a rep and manager inherently need with not too many bells and whistles. But this marketing campaign should get you where you need to be to filter your audience, get them the right message at the right time, and be the tip of the spear to feed more opportunities into your funnel so you can close more deals as a rep, so you can track more deals as a manager. All right, before I hop back into the PowerPoint, what do you got for me, Ben?
You got one more question just on if there's a way to link like a MailChimp or email campaign sent out of MailChimp. So in terms of kind of like Grant said, bringing that back in, no way to track that back in currently, but we do have a way to build a campaign here and then take all of the contacts and instead of sending them out of Business Central, exporting them and then basically importing that into MailChimp so that you can send out, which is actually how we do it today as well, because I like to see those open rates and see kind of the audience that we're reaching. So we could build a campaign in here to track who it is all sent to, and then just export that list to MailChimp to actually run that segment or that list of people, maybe not your whole MailChimp list, out of that, and then track the kind of response rates and the open rates and things like that. So that's how we would accomplish that.
That's perfect, Ben. So Ben, I'm going to rely on you one more time here, and I'm going to rely on our audience one more time here. So if you want me to spend the next 5 minutes giving an example of what the entire process looks like for a sales rep using my actual process I use daily, go ahead and send a reaction. Send a thumbs up, send a heart. Ben, we got a decent amount of thumbs up and hearts coming in.
Yep, looks like the green light to move forward.
All right, let's do this. So let's pretend, because I am a sales rep, that I am going through my advanced CRM on a daily basis. So where do I start? I like time blocking. I always start with my pipeline review. So as a rep, I started off my day by going into my dashboard. I go directly into my pipeline from my dashboard, and I look at my estimated close date. So what I can see here is I got Baltimore Bowl Company this week, Jersey City Jewelers, Boca Raton Business Interiors. I got a bunch of people set to close. Those are going to be the tasks that I immediately focus on for the week. So Monday morning, I'm hitting my pipeline. I'm going into my contact cards. I'm viewing the card itself, or I'm breaking out even further here, and I'm seeing if I have any pending tasks. If I have a pending task, I'm going to immediately do it first because this is the opportunity I'm going to close this week. This is direct revenue tied to my opportunity. If I don't have a task yet, I'm going to go into my activity timeline here, and I'm going to see when my last engagement was, because if this person's set to close this week, I should have a task. I should be reaching out to them. So once I've gone through my pipeline and I've knocked all those tasks off and I'm moving the ball forward, I'm going to my task list itself. I'm going to sort my task list based off the end time. I'm going to be consistently going in here, knocking out these tasks, whether they're email or phone tasks. And once I have completed it, I'm going to the link page and I'm logging that phone call, or I'm logging that email that I sent. Finally, I'm making sure that I have a follow-up task step for myself. So what's really cool about our task card is you can not only complete your current task, but you can automatically set up a follow-up task as well. So I'm always keeping the ball rolling. I am never losing opportunities and customers through the cracks. So I click complete, boom, I've just completed that task. I actually have my next task already set up in my list. I'm good to go. So that's an idea of what I'm doing in the morning. I'm looking at my pipeline. I'm seeing my biggest opportunities. Then I'm going directly into my task list. So next, if ERP Connect has a promotion going, or if we just release new features or new enhancements, I can easily go in to our customers or opportunities. I can go into our lead contact profile, or I can just create a simple report here. And I can see in our checklist which of our opportunities and customers actually have that specific extension of ours they're interested in. So we can actually break things out based off if someone's interested in advanced CRM, history and statistics, sales dashboard, our unlimited bundle. We can do all of that stuff, and we can easily target who we should be reaching out to based off our new enhancements. Now, of course, too, like Ben said, we do break out all of our campaigns as well too. We put the lists into MailChimp and we'll email them that way if it's a larger campaign. But if it's just focus on one specific extension, I can usually go in here and I can just see who is tied to that and who I should be reaching out to about it. Now, the final piece here is doing my debriefs. So at the end of the week, when I want to see how I've done, when I want to see what I've knocked out, I go into my sales rep dashboard. I see how much revenue I've closed today and this week, as well as how it's pushing towards my quota for the month. I see what my current pipeline is forecasted at, because this entire week I've been picking up new opportunities. I've been converting opportunities to customers. I want to see what I have currently in the pipeline, what my sales were specifically in terms of our extensions versus, I guess, professional services, because we do have configuration hours for a lot of our tools. And I want to see where I'm at towards my quota. What contacts have I moved from leads to opportunities and opportunities to customers over the last couple of weeks? What are my open tasks for next week? As well as what are the invoices tied to our specific wins here? And how does that all feed into my revenue? So if one of my deals closed, I want to make sure that there's an invoice here that's tied to that deal for that specific extension that we sold. So it's very easy for a rep within the first week of getting advanced CRM to start taking action, start adding things to pipeline, start tracking activities and tasks, track follow-up tasks as well, be able to segment their audience so they can start doing campaigns. And most importantly, this is an accountability tool. We want to get better every single week, so we can use our dashboard as reps to get those insights, to keep pushing the ball forward, learn from what worked, and make that more repeatable so we can create a sales process. And that's really what advanced CRM is about here. So before I go into the final piece here where we talk about our resources, we talk about everything that you can use for your clients if you're a partner, or you can use as a client with advanced CRM. Ben, any more questions come in?
Not yet. I just want to reiterate kind of the piece of the why behind advanced CRM, right? I think the hardest part is always to get people to actually enter their stuff into the CRM, right? So we've tried to develop a solution where it's not confusing, it is intuitive, and the UI makes it easy for users to go in there, quickly make a task, quickly add a lead, anything like that. Because, I know from personal experience and from plenty of implementations as well, you can build the system with all the bells and whistles, but if people don't want to go in and enter, no matter how good the system is, they won't go in and actually log their stuff. So getting in that rhythm and making it easy to use so that people are not finding any barriers to entry, I think is kind of where our tool hits home. As you can see, it's very easy to use. And if you have any clients or you are a current client that's looking for more functionality like this, Grant, I'd be happy to answer any of your questions after the call.
That's absolutely beautiful, Ben. So that'll lead us perfectly into our final piece of the puzzle here. So I'm going back into the PowerPoint. What are your next steps? So now you've seen advanced CRM. You understand how it's going to operate for your business, how it's built natively into Business Central, and how it is taking only those core sales activities and marketing activities that are going to drive the ball forward. Your next step, download the 30-day free trial. We have free trials for all 28 of our extensions that are in AppSource. If you're a partner, go ahead and get this into your demo environment. We actually have quite a few partners now that are starting to demo advanced CRM themselves to clients, so get that in there. If you are a user, check this out in your sandbox environment. With BC, you get a few of them, get advanced CRM into there, get one rep or one manager or someone for a fact is going to drive this thing, and get them to test it out, add a few leads and opportunities, try a few marketing campaigns, just put yourself as the test email so it can send to you. You'll be good to go. We have activation videos that will show you exactly how to get this done. And we have on-demand advanced CRM videos on our YouTube channel as well, which leads me right into the resources. We have a comprehensive product page that will show you how much advanced CRM costs, which is $1,800 a year. That's per production tenant, which means you can have unlimited users and companies and 35 hours of configuration and training time. So we'll show price, summaries, screenshots. We have a comprehensive user and setup guide for all of our extensions as well. You can go to our YouTube channel where this Toolbox Tuesday will be posted. So for those of you that are interested in the recording, we'll have this sent out by email and we'll have it posted on our YouTube as well in the next couple of days. And we have a product guide that gives a comprehensive fit gap analysis and shows you the configuration and training time necessary for our tools. Now, with that being said, we're pretty much right on the 45-minute mark here. Ben, any more questions coming from the group? If not, we'll close it out there.
One more question from Carol about daisy chaining. Carol, I responded in the chat about kind of from a campaign perspective. And then it looks like Matt commented from kind of an individual follow-up perspective. So yes, we can follow up for inactivity-based things or from kind of like a A/B testing standpoint if you were to export it to a MailChimp. So I think that's it, Grant. We're good to close it down if you want to give the final remarks and then just have anybody follow up via email if they think of anything later.
All right, that sounds good, Ben. So for everyone on the call, we really appreciate you hopping on for episode 13 of Toolbox Tuesday on our advanced CRM extension for BC. If you have any questions, like we said, please feel free to reach out. In 2 weeks, we'll be hitting you with our next project management focused Toolbox Tuesday. So if you're looking for an alternative to the jobs module in Business Central, or a simple way to handle projects in BC that's pretty much out of the box with very simple configuration, be diving in next. But hope everyone has an awesome rest of their week. This has been Toolbox Tuesday, and we're looking forward to helping you streamline Business Central.